What did I just watch? What did I just experience from this episode of Re:Zero? Episode 7. This episode felt like the climax of the whole series. Now, I know it's going to have 25 episodes into it, but I know this episode was more or less could be the climax of the second arc. And what did I just... Yo. See, I watched this episode twice. All 24 minutes. Twice in a row, because when I watched it the first time, there were some questions and concerns that I was more or less confused about. Certain points where I did not understand what was happening, so I had to go back, watch it again, because the episode was just that damn good. I had to watch it twice just to understand it, and I'm still confused on it. So I have a lot of questions and a lot of concerns on episode 7 of Re:Zero, and I want to express it to you right now what I have. I didn't want to forget anything, so let me be honest right now. I do have some notes. Where I'm going to just take a little peek at it, because I have a bad memory and I just want to get through every single last detail that I can during this review. And let me say right now that this episode was by far my favorite episode of the series, and I just know that Re:Zero is now going to disappoint me in the last ever episodes they have. The last like 20 something episodes, 15 something episodes that they're gonna have, and by far best episode of the season of any show ever. So let me get right into it. We pick off where the last episode left off, obviously, with Rim was attacking Subaru, and we see that the reason that Rim attacked him, because she felt suspicion towards Subaru. He was some guy who just happened to come inside the mansion, and we found out he was like, okay, what are you in the faction? Are you in the faction that supports the rival of Emilia's being crowned the king of this country? Right? So she thinks that he's a spy. So that's what goes inside the little detail, like episode 4, I believe, where you have Roswell talking to Rim or Ram. I think it was Ram, saying like, do you think he's possibly potentially be a spy? And when I first saw that, I was like, maybe they're going to use him as a spy. But actually, I already did think that he was a spy from a different place to come and try to see if you can get anything from disrupt Emilia being the next crown king. And the other thing that she said was, are you a part of the witch's cult? And now that's where it struck me, because we hear him constantly about this jealous witch, this jealous witch, this jealous witch. Who the fuck is this jealous witch? Who is she? And it was like, okay, are you part of this witch's cult? And she was like, I don't know nothing about a witch. And she was like, all you see is Rim like, don't lie to me. Your smell of the witch is all over you. It's so strong. I'm like, the smell of this witch is... Who is this witch? And why he had the smell of him? Of course, he didn't have no relationships with this witch. So, what did this witch do? And we see that inside this episode that Subaru... Like, he says that he loved the twins. Not like the extent that he loved Emilia Tom, but he loved the twins, like, as friends, as partners, as, like, just, like, you could say, like, he loved the twins as, like, sisters, as a family member. And I'm just like, okay, this is crazy. And I'm still trying to debate who this witch is, because right now, there could be potential that Emilia is this witch, or even Beatrice, but I don't think Beatrice is this witch. I really don't think she's this witch, because like the conversation that her and Beatrice had. Okay, let me stop real quick. We know that Subaru has this curse on him, right? Beatrice said this before. Subaru had this curse that he has placed upon him, and this curse is supposed to make him fall asleep and like slowly but surely kill him inside his sleep. And the witch is supposed to be responsible for this curse. So when he goes on a rant and then Rim kills him later on, like she kills him after he was declaring that he loved the twins, she kills him when he wakes up, and he tries to tell Emilia Tan that he can revive multiple times, that he actually died. All you see is like this little black shadowy thing grab his heart. That's my heart at. Grab his heart. And you see that, okay, that is most likely the witch's curse, if I'm not mistaken. Because, like, again, I'm saying I was a little bit confused on this episode. Most likely that is the witch's curse. And later on, when Beatrice enters the episode, or enters the room of Subaru, they have a little conversation, and Beecher was like, okay, Bubby and Amelia told me to come in here to make sure I check up on you, so they think that I did anything suspicious. So now my thoughts is, what did Beatrice do to Subaru that makes her have to protect him, feel the need to protect him from anything? Like, I know she's most likely not the witch, but I was confused about this whole conversation. Like, what did Beatrice do? Why is she doing these actions to protect Subaru? And I know, like, Beatrice right now is becoming best girl of the series, surpassing even, I could say, Emilia or even the twins. But what did Beatrice actually do? Because we see that she makes a contract with Subaru, and she tells them, okay, I'm in a contract with you. I'm going to keep you safe throughout the night, because what you see that Subaru, he died 3 times already. When you go back into the first start, when he was saving Emilia time from the little tavern, I'm sorry. You see that the 4th time, he doesn't die. So he thinks in his mind that if he doesn't live this time, he might not even come back alive. He might not even be able to revive or respawn. He might not even be able to do any of that things. So if he had the question, what happens if I die right now? So he gets Beatrice to protect him and makes a contract with him, and Beatrice makes a contract with him to survive. So he survives the 4th night, or up to the 5th morning. I think that's the way you should say it. And Beatrice is like, okay, I'm being summoned from somewhere. She goes, and then we find out 2 things. Subaru, he survives, but Rem dies. We see Rem inside the bed, dies. Mind you, he did go back in time after Rem killed him, so she didn't kill him, obviously, again, but Rem dies inside this bed. And we see Ram, heartbroken that her sister is dead. She's just, frustrated, crying all over the place, and that gives you the feels, because you're like, you love Ram, you love Rem. Despite Rem trying to kill the main character, or having killed the main character inside his past life, you feel some connection with these twins. And my thoughts, I don't know, please correct me if I'm wrong. Please correct me. Just please correct me. If I'm not wrong, it seemed like the curse that was placed on Subaru, since Subaru didn't die that last night that he usually would have died, it seemed like that curse was placed onto Rem instead. If I'm not confused, that's what the interpretation I got. And mind you, I did watch it twice, but I was still confused about it. So the curse was on Subaru, but Subaru survived the night, which she wasn't supposed to, I guess. And it was instead placed onto Rem. And this is the only time that Subaru actually survived the night on his own volition, that he actually goes and survives without being something major. And we see that Ram goes to try to attack Subaru, because she was like, Subaru, do you know any information? What's happening? Did you do this to my sister? Do you know any information? What's going on? Can you help me? I want to get revenge for my sister. And Subaru, not knowing anything, he come from this different world. He's most likely been inside the situation where he ain't just inside this world. He know nothing about this world. And he was like, she attacks him. And then you see Roswell, and you see Ram. You see Roswell powers. He's just about to attack and try to even kill Subaru. And you see Beatrice, again, heroic deeds, she quickly becoming one of my favorites. You see him protect Subaru when she doesn't have to. Mind you, she been inside this mansion with Roswell and the twins way longer than she been with Subaru. But yet, excuse me, yet she had this contract. She keeps to her contract, with something that people usually don't do. They don't usually keep to their contract. She keeps to her contract and protects Subaru. And this causes Subaru to escape. He leaves to this edge of this cliff. And on this cliff, he considers committing suicide, because he was like, okay, if I die, I don't know what's going to happen to me. I don't know. He's scared. He doesn't do it thus yet. He's like, if I die, I don't know what's going to happen to me. I could go off this cliff, I could die, and I might not even come back. I might not even be able to respond. So he doesn't go on to it. And what sets him apart from other main characters in any other show or things I have seen thus far was that any other hero or any other main character would have, without any hesitation, jumped off. They would have abused their power to respond, abused it like hell to respond so they can fix the situation. Unlike Subaru, who hesitates. He knows that he can potentially respond, but he doesn't want to kill himself. he doesn't want to do that. And that sets him apart because it's just like, besides any other main character, he values his life. Like, he knows that death hurts, value of life, being forgotten hurts, everything like that. And so that's the basic thoughts I have. And when he having this conversation with Beatrice, and Beatrice like, okay, I'll protect you, I'm gonna contract you, I'll protect you, but it's too late to talk to Ram about anything that you know. And then you see Ram show up on the edge of the cliff, threatening to kill him for real because she's heartbroken. And that's when Subaru put all his feelings out. He says all his feelings out. He was like, okay, I love you. I love the memories you had. He even said, like, I don't know, that was in the beginning, the first part of it. He was like, I learned to read and write because of y'all. I learned how to cut vegetables without cutting my hands because of y'all. All these things that y'all giving me that I don't remember, I appreciate. I love y'all. Not on the sexual, romantic boyfriend girlfriend level, but like a sisterly family level. He's like, I love y'all. Y'all gave me so many things. But y'all don't remember. He was like, but I want to make things right. I don't want Rim to die, despite her trying to kill me. I don't want Ram to die. I don't want Amelia to die. So I'm going to do very, very powerful piece. He runs. You see in some of my thumbnail. So hopefully I didn't spoil anybody with the thumbnail. But he runs off this cliff and kills himself. Presumably. We didn't see him on the little impaled on the bars and things like that. So presuming that he killed himself. There's a possibility that he could have survived that fall, but it was like all these rocky cliffs over there. Beaches could have saved him, but like you heard the little noise, you heard the noise. So maybe not. And like again, if you can clear up any misconceptions for me inside the comments below, I'll really, really appreciate it. Because again, I was so confused, and it'll probably take next couple episodes to clear things up, because like again, this is probably the climax of arc 2. I haven't read the light novel of it, and while I was snooping around on the internet, just doing some otaku stuff, I found out an interesting little theory that I'd like to discuss just briefly, because my time limit is 15 minutes because I got a copyright strike on one of my videos, so I can't post anything past 15 minutes, and this is a long ass review for Ray Zero if I do say so myself. And it was like, potentially Amelia could be the jealous witch, because remember she took that name in the beginning of the series of the jealous witch person, and that Subaru is potentially this dragon that had this pact with the royal family, and that could potentially explains why that he can do whatever he wants to do. He has this power to return by death, because he's this dragon. He do what the dragon wants to do, and he has this little connection to royal king's candidate, which is Amelia. And remember, the dragon had this contract with the royal family, and that's probably potentially why he had this contract with this Amelia. So what do you guys think of my review? What do you guys think about this episode? Please, 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 I can't express enough. Please express your thoughts in the comments below, because I really do want to hear it. For so far, my reviews, my predictions, everything I have said for Ray Zero has been totally fucked up, totally out of the park, and fucking wrong. So if you can clear up anything for me, I would really appreciate it. Guys, that's been Veer from Taco Logic. This episode was just so great. Guys, see you next time. Please just clear up anything. And if I miss any details, just discussing. Let's do anything inside the comments below, guys. Has been Veer from Taco Logic.